Because he said it for a personal.
I don't remember.
So I'll
Find it in my personal.
We didn't, you didn't have to on this one, right?
Yeah, that's this side.
It's all set to start.
Said it all.
So this I'm gonna be, yes.
Confidential.
Karen, you want that?
Yeah, I don't want in my phone.
Okay, follow this meeting to order. Everybody, please rise to salute the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hold on just a second, Lori. This is the town of Lake Luzerne top of our meeting, March 3rd, 2026. Lori, would you do the roll call?
Is your microphone working?
Councilman Abbott, Councilwoman Pettis. Here. Councilwoman McMahon. Here. Supervisor Niles.
Here. Okay, does anybody wish to comment on the legislation that is proposed tonight? Yeah, just one person on there, Jason. Danny, can you hear us? Okay.
Good.
Hearing no one wishing to comment, Lori, would you proceed with resolutions to pay the bills?
Proposed resolution to pay the bills of the fifth abstract of 2026 as presented. General fund voucher 6273 to 6300, $20,186.91. Highway fund voucher 6301 to 6311, $22,183.82. SW1 Water District vouchers 6312 to 6314, $326.74. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution to accept minutes of January 6th with a correction in the reports under Councilwoman Pettis.
Yes.
Sure, I'll make that motion with that correction.
It said here for the basement at the main building or something,
It's
but
for
it's
the
the
pavilion.
pavilion on 9N, so.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the correction.
All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution authorizing the issuance of up to $22,000 serial bonds of the town of Lake Luzerne to pay the cost of the acquisition of a 2023 Honda CRV and authorizing the issuance of up to $22,000 bond anticipation notes of the town for the same purpose.
This is obviously to buy that Honda CRV. Should we add to it to give the supervisor authority to sign papers, or do we do that later?
Should have that.
Okay, and authorize
Just
supervisor
save a step, maybe.
to. What I wanted to,
It should be in here if you want to pass the resolution as presented. Then you would just use this resolution that was attached to.
okay,
Oh,
Attached.
I just did the heading from it, okay. For this.
Um, just because that does
within a minute.
the supervisor the authority to sign all financial documents.
Okay, so I'll just put that all into.
Wasn't them. I think that was the last time.
so we add that to our resolution then, easiest way.
Well, I'll put that whole resolution into the
Right.
minutes.
Okay, so our new resolution will include this.
Okay. I'll make a motion. We approve that. A second.
all in favor? Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution clarifying street names. I don't
Sent
have all of the.
I know that. I sent it to everybody. Okay.
So let's include that in our resolution.
I have a question before we do that. We have also that request from Luzerne Woods to name road B and C. Should that be included or added to that resolution?
That was the Adirondack.
Adirondack Court and
Court
Cedar Brook
Cedar
Court.
Brook.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Makes sense to me.
And what was the other one? Cedar?
Adirondack Court and Cedar Brook Court.
Is that one word? Cedar
Road,
Brook?
yes, it is. Road B is Adirondack Court and Road C is Cedar Brook Court. Cedar Brook is the one going to be coming off Lake Tour Road.
Yeah.
And Adirondack Court will be a road off of the Milrose Lane once they get it put in.
I'll make that motion. It's like,
All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution to appoint Michael Goodhart to the Board of Assessment Review.
I'll make that motion. He was on the Board of Assessment Review in the past when I was, so he would make a good person. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Right.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution to appoint Darren Cirillo.
I'd like to table that
Please.
resolution.
Okay.
He's away. And we have at least 2 applicants.
Okay,
Is
so
that all right with everybody?
Yes, and they're doing,
Yes, probably ought to make that formal. I make a motion, we table the.
I'll
planning
second.
board.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Proposed resolution that the highway department employees and the buildings and grounds employees hired prior to November 1 of 2025 are eligible to submit work clothing, uniform expense receipts for purchases made during November and December of 2025. Approved expense receipts, if not already reimbursed, will be reimbursed up to $99.16 for November and December of 2025. Total expenses paid to the employees in 2025 in excess of the 99.16 shall be charged against their 2026 allowance. Starting January 1, 2026, Highway Department employees and Buildings and Grounds employees are eligible to submit for approval work clothing, uniform expense receipts for purchases made during 2026. Approved expenses will be reimbursed up to $595 per calendar year, January 1 through December 31. New employees approved clothing and uniform expense receipts will be paid based on the number of full months left in the year after the employee was hired. The monthly rate of $49.58 multiplied by the months left in the year after hiring determines the new employee's allowance for the year.
Let me do a little explaining, okay? The resolution that we passed in March. Resolution to allow for employees to be reimbursed up to $595 annually, November to October. For uniforms, employee must submit receipts. Town to provide gloves and earplugs, employees to have OSHA approved composite toe boots. After that, so this wasn't very well thought through, okay?
Mhm.
So it says we'll give them $595 and the year is going to be November through October. Shortly after that, in November, I can't tell who made the suggestion because the transcript doesn't tell who said it. There was quite a bit of discussion about why not make it calendar year.
Mhm.
So this thing we wrote up that I wrote up the other day switches it to the calendar year. Also in the notes from the meetings in November, it says we should pay them for November and December because the uniform company contract ended at the end of October. So they had nothing for November, December. So that's where the $49 comes from. Since it started, it wasn't documented. So some of the guys already spent $400 or $500 last year. So then I figured I gotta come up with some way to deal with that. So what I'm saying is if you already spent more than your roughly $100 for last year, that's gonna come off this year.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep. Mhm.
So basically, the guys that started using it last year. If you add the $100 from last year that they're entitled to and the $600, I'm using round number,
Yeah.
$600 this year, that's $700. So what we want to make sure of is. Total between last year and this year, they don't spend more than 700.
Okay,
That's what I,
got it. Okay,
that's what I tried to say in this long-winded deck.
Yeah, and it's budgeted.
Right,
Yeah, okay.
interesting fact. At this rate, and if you make a couple assumptions as to what the average rate was for the uniforms in previous years, we'll be spending about $300 more a year using the system than we would have if we stayed with the uniform company.
per person,
Not total.
total 300, okay,
Yeah, it's real close.
okay. Got it,
I have the actual numbers here in this pile someplace.
okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah. It's gonna cost about $5,950 with our new plan. And Colleen estimated, you have to make some assumptions because all the months aren't the same. It was gonna cost about $5,600 with the contract we used to have.
Okay. Sounds good.
You understand that?
But
You
the
all right?
contract we had, it didn't include everything that they really needed, right?
Oh, right. Oh, I don't know what they got. What did they get under the old contract? Uniform company, what did they get?
Each employee,
Yeah,
like
shirts.
like 9 pants, 9 shirts. A jacket. They got quite a bit.
And that was cleaned and rotated, right?
Yes,
And fixed as needed or replaced as needed.
well, every time those fixed, there was a charge.
For what?
Oh, yeah. And they would send pants back and not get them back for a month.
Did that include boots and gloves, that kind of gear, or no?
Boots and gloves, they would include.
See, pennies.
And any like safety goggles or anything they needed, or
Pulls all that out. Paper.
you provide all that? So will you still be providing that with that uniform allowance?
Yes, but the boots are on them.
Okay,
A couple other things I recall after having read the minutes of those old meetings. I'm not saying we should or shouldn't do this. We talked about having an approved list to work from that we would reimburse for. That was talked about.
mhm.
The other thing was who should approve the expenses?
Ron?
Right.
Chrissy,
I
basically,
didn't hear everything, so.
the question was who should approve the expenses for payment?
I'll look over them and Colleen looks over them too. And she'll usually, if she has any questions, she'll call me. If you wanna look over them too,
No. That you do the job, that's your department. Okay, but I mean, if you're gonna see something that,
yeah, it's out of the ordinary, obviously.
yeah. But I don't think you have any kind of problems
No.
like that. Okay, so if we're at, like, say $600, $595 a year. What happens if they only spend $300? Do they get the remainder of that?
No.
They have
I
to,
say they lose it. You know, it's their responsibility
Okay.
to sign stuff and turn in their receipt.
okay,
I think they know that.
well, what if they need $620 worth of stuff? The extra $25 will come off the next year, can they roll it over?
No.
Or no?
Yeah.
Once again,
Okay, that's what I'm asking,
I only want to do the rollover for this past year because it's already been exceeded.
yeah,
You haven't seen.
yeah,
Mine's higher.
I saw it.
Yeah,
But you can see one person spent
Yeah.
$400 and some dollars. Last
Yeah,
year,
well, can he just save all his receipts for the whole year and then turn them in December and then he's got a Christmas bonus, you know?
Yeah,
So we don't have any specifications. You can't do that or you can.
time frame on the receipts, no.
One thing,
I think that's more than fair. Yes, that's, yeah.
one thing that
What?
this thing does say. In the 2025 stuff. Eligible to submit work clothing, uniform expense receipts for purchases made during November and December of 2025.
Well, but that was because we had
Right.
the other dates.
Okay.
But now it's gonna be from December, our January first to December 31st. All right,
And that also
Are you
says.
proposing that they get that $99 though? Right, on top of their $5.95?
Yes. Right.
Okay, you have,
okay, wait,
I just don't want
That's
them
the-
to lose that.
let's back that up again. Are we doing the 99.16? Is that what it was?
mhm,
On top of the 595 for 2026?
Yes,
No.
that's what we said.
They're entitled to get $99.16 for 2025.
For 2025.
Right, they're entitled to get $595 for 2026. However, some of them have already spent more than $99 in 2025 and been reimbursed for it.
So you're gonna, but you're still gonna add, because everybody on here spent more than that, other than one,
They're thinking that they're.
one person.
They're the $5.95 plus the 99. Because of the.
Because we added the
being taken
extra.
Yes,
Before the first.
That's correct. The 99, however, is for last year.
No, I believe the 99,
Can we use Logan as an example?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
Logan turned in a bunch of receipts back in December for $421.
okay,
For last year, he was only entitled to $99.
okay,
So-
that was mistaken then.
yes.
No, it's pretty
No.
clear.
no, that's,
If you
I
read
don't think so,
that-
Jim. Because he was entitled to 595. He only spent 421, so the difference of that he was entitled to. For,
$5.95 was for the fiscal year originally.
right,
They,
but I mean, like.
But I don't think anybody understood that,
No.
the
It's pretty clear.
$99.
It's pretty clear in the minutes. of the meeting.
no, they didn't. They
This is,
thought that 99 was gonna be on top of
Over and above.
5.95.
and that's what we agreed on.
Last
It was for the boots.
They got free uniforms up until the end of October last year.
So last year
No.
they get $99.
And the last 2 months is what you said retroactive.
Yeah,
So they thought
Mhm.
that it was on top of the 5.95. That's why looking.
So they thought they were gonna get $595 plus
Plus the
$99 for last year?
No,
for-
together.
No.
So are you better off saying $695 until the end of, are you better off saying, Julie, $695 until the end of 26?
Yes.
That's what you wanna say. Some guys have already spent more. You don't wanna take money back from people.
No.
That's exactly what they were thinking. right?
So they got $100.
This thing says that, doesn't it?
$695
You're in.
until the end of these.
I wrote.
that, and that's what we're all going by.
Okay.
But what you're saying now, this paper that you're looking at.
Yeah.
That in 2025, that ended in October, remember? So that December would have been on the next calendar year.
November and December it was.
You see what I'm saying?
If our year had been.
If that was, right,
Right,
okay, we're doing the resolution now to set it up for January to December.
right,
At this time, it wasn't done that way.
yeah.
It was until November.
Okay.
Okay, so the December was already on the next one. And then when we added the boots on top of what the 595 were, that's where the 99.16 was coming into play. So we had said, yes, we would be able to retro that.
So if we take Logan as an example.
Yeah,
So he's already spent $595. So he has another $100 left through the end of this year.
percent,
Yeah,
the 99.16,
yes.
yes.
Yeah.
He turned in the receipt and Colleen's like, he ain't gonna get all that back because he hit his 5.95.
But he'll
Our
spend more.
resolution's going to take care of that.
But now if each person can get to 99 on top of whatever they have left, we'll be good.
Yeah,
Yes,
That's what we're.
so they've got until December 31st before to hand in the receipts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
of this year.
yeah, this year, yes.
And then it goes back to 595.
Yeah.
And then it goes back January 1, 595.
Now,
Okay.
it Just start.
So does that?
Right, then
Don't get November.
No,
December.
no, yep.
Okay. We got it.
Lori? I don't know, look at Lori's face.
Does anybody think this thing needs to be reworded?
Yes, Mary.
Okay, do you understand what we're trying to do?
Yes.
Would you reword it? Okay.
Right, how can I do it?
No, I'll need it for minutes, so I need it like
Now,
in a couple of days or so. Anyway. I just don't want to wait. Minutes.
now. Can you do it now or is that,
Doesn't have. Well.
Your report as well.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, let's get it done. Let's not go.
here, here's a loose page.
Okay.
Okay, are we making the motion now or?
No,
Make a
What are
motion.
gonna do? Go
Oh.
back to it, okay.
So we'll come around again on that.
Do you need to-
If Mary's not done, we'll table it.
Okay,
Where were we? We're at,
so we're on reports.
Okay.
okay, reports, highway superintendent.
The only thing I got is, May, I'm losing my mechanic. So I would like, the okay to put the word out there and advertise for a mechanic. He's retiring. So,
I would think we'd want to get it out there now.
Yeah,
I would like to, if we find one, I'd like to bring him in like a week or two before Terry leaves, so he can
it's all right
fill
with
him in.
everybody, right?
on-
Yeah, everybody's not, go ahead.
Yeah, a couple weeks would be good.
Dana, you hearing this? Okay.
He's good.
Other than, we did get our plow that we ordered and, it's
We got the
great.
bill for
Yeah. It's great. It was very well needed.
it.
Thank you.
Just for the record, Ron, made a good solid effort to prove that that's a sole source. And just to double check, I called Warrensburg and he told me the exact same story. Just to buy it from that same place in Canada, same price. Kevin spotted the price right off the top of his head to me, so I'm pretty comfortable that it is a sole source. I appreciate that. So you all set, Ron?
Yeah.
Zoning enforcement department.
Okay, we sent out the zoning report, you all have that. We have an upcoming zoning update committee meeting on March 24th at 7 p.m. Tucker had made postcards, which we have sent out to the parcels that are going to be affected by the proposed FEMA maps that are coming out. And that list includes people that are coming out of it, and it includes people whose property is being affected more by these new maps. So we started getting calls as a result of that already. And if anyone has questions, direct them to our office.
And a caveat to that, for people who get the postcard, people have been calling concerned, am I gonna have flood insurance? Am I able to pay for flood insurance now? It's basically, we notified anyone and anything that is even touching the floodplain. So the table that I was given doesn't, distinguish between whether your parcel has a structure in the floodplain or whether just a piece of your parcel is in the floodplain. Any bit that touches it, if you have a little bit in the floodplain, you're gonna get notified. So I just sent those out so we could get ahead of it, because it won't be until probably 2027 when these new floodplain maps will come into effect. So this gives people time to see where their parcel sits, what structures are coming into it. And it gives them time to set up any type of survey if they need a site elevation. Because you have to have basically your letter of map amendment ready to go before. And so that way, as soon as the
Maps are
maps
adopted.
come into effect, then you can file for your map amendment. You can't do it before. You can't put the cart before the horse, so
And there were approximately 800 postcards that you sent out.
880. Some of the, a lot of those are town parcels,
I got one.
state parcels, you know, everything of that sort too. So there, a lot of those are different entities, but roughly, yeah, 880 parcels.
Is there more people coming into it or out of it?
So I had 39 total parcels that are completely coming out of it. The rest of them, it just shifted in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes it's less, some people get a little bit more. But as far as how many structures came into it, it's an estimate. It's not a.
Yeah, we
It's just
don't
a
know
rough number.
structures.
So if we're gonna know. I have a piece of property, I wanna know, is that property now in or is that now out?
You can go on the town website and there'll be a parcel viewer map, and then you have to navigate your way through it.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, Warren County kind of built it, but you can't search by your tax map number or anything, so you have to just kind of navigate and know your way around.
That's why people are calling, they're having trouble figuring it out. So
Yeah.
Tucker's been.
They do the best they can, because sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but they built a map basically from paper copies. That's what we were given by FEMA. That's what they had to work with. They laid their GIS parcels on top of those paper maps and did the best that they could. So that's what we've got.
Have they been received then already?
Oh,
Yeah,
I got
okay,
them yesterday.
okay,
Yeah, we've already gotten calls.
okay.
I haven't notified the ones who are completely coming out yet, just because I'm thinking about how to word that, because I don't want to give them the, you know, honest that you're completely out before things come into effect, but we're that's work in progress there, so. But yeah, all the other notifications have gone out.
I just wanted to update you that on the mobile home parks and campgrounds in the town, which we do every year in the fall. We have gotten all of those taken care of except two. We have two that are outstanding. We've sent them second notice, given them to the end of this week to get the money in, and as of this morning, the money had not come in yet. It's just for two.
The money for what?
Their operating permit for the year. They have to pay an operating
Okay.
permit fee every year.
Okay.
There will not be a zoning board of appeals meeting in March. We didn't have anything new come in. We had one tabled item from last month. The person has to get a survey done, and we talked to him yesterday morning. And he has not been able to, he's contacted companies, but he's not gotten responses as of yesterday. So he's not gonna have it in time for the meeting next week. So that this meeting there's been canceled for the month of March. Tucker received an email from Tyler Cunningham wanting to know where the board stood with his list of the answers that you wanted for what was going to be done on his property. And
Yeah, I forwarded that list to you guys, and I just want to know if it suffices to what you guys want, or if you guys want a more in detail list. One of the first items on there was March 1st, placing plywood over the broken windows. So that would be something that I'm probably going to check tomorrow, see if that's actually completed, and I can let you guys know if he's actually done that piece.
You have that list in front of you?
I have it right in front of me.
Isn't it?
you can have this copy. He's got one, you can have that one.
I'll just let you know real quickly. He's only
Bring it into the record.
Yep, he's got 4 items on there. So March 1st, he planned on placing plywood over the broken windows. On July 1st, he was gonna have the broken windows completely replaced. The third item, on August 1st, he would have roof repairs done. And then his final item, number 4, on September 1st, he was gonna paint the exterior.
Seems awful lengthy for all those repairs. I mean, it's not that.
What about? This might not be an issue. What about structural? I don't know if it's structurally safe.
Sound.
Well, you would have to ask him, or the town would have to pay for a structural engineer to look at it to determine that, and you'd have to get his permission to go on the property, I believe, to begin with. He told, We did raise some questions about some structural, what we thought might be structural issues with the basement, with a basement, and he told me that building is not on a basement.
Yeah, it looks like it's
Yeah.
on piers.
It looks like it's on piers, so
Mhm.
the building itself, I've never been in it. I don't know what condition it's in. I am not an engineer. And if you're gonna look at it in that respect, you're going to have to approach it in a different manner than what we've been doing.
How long was he given before to do the repair?
Or,
Originally, before,
well, originally he was to tear down the white.
Yeah, originally they were more concerned with the white one than the orange one, and once he got that one done.
Now we can see more of the red,
okay,
so.
or was it before he came and said he was gonna get us a list? Wasn't he given something before that?
That, yes, it
Yes.
was, but it was more for. He took care of the White House at that point and had it demolished.
The original letter, which was probably about a year ago now, mentioned both properties. And then it went on to say what's wrong, and it didn't differentiate which property we were talking about. It just said address number 7, is it? And number 11, we
Yeah.
have these problems. If anybody, if my recollection is wrong, spit it out, okay? And then he came to a meeting, town board meeting, and discussed it with us. And if you look at the replay of the meeting, there was some ambiguity in the way we left that. He said that he thought when he left that meeting, the things he was gonna do for the white one, which was tear it down, satisfied the complaint. And I can see when I re-watched the meeting why he might think that. So we sent him another letter a couple months ago, and he responded pretty quickly and came in. You guys are here for that. So he really didn't take care of the first complaint letter, but I can see why he kind of thought he did.
Okay. And he's not gonna put a new roof and paint and windows on something that,
Might end up getting demolished anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I would hope not.
right,
He seems like an investor and he seems like
yeah.
a decent guy. I think he's trying to make the right steps. And this is just completely my opinion, but I mean, I think it costs money to do all the things that you guys are asking.
He's investing, which will help us.
Right, and you gotta accumulate that money in order to do those things that you want done, so.
but
He's doing what we asked him to
On
do.
the timeline.
We asked
seems
for a list
reasonable.
and he supplied the list for us.
right,
The timeline seems reasonable to me, Annie.
Yeah,
I could be.
The timeline seems reasonable to get all that done, get contractors lined up and have enough money to get that
On
done
the list that he's.
by September 1st or 2nd, whatever the last date was.
Should,
I'm fine with that, by only one person.
should we maybe be a little wishy-washy? In other words.
I don't know about that. Ask your attorney.
You're right, you're right. Answer saying. This is fine, but we don't know about the structure.
but we didn't ask him to prove his structure is sound. We don't ask anybody.
Better with
We-
you, do
the only thing structural that I addressed in my letters to him was the fact that the siding, some of the siding has holes in it and is coming off. Originally, we asked him to make sure the tin had rolled up on the roof, and they fixed that. They're gonna change out the windows. Those are the structural things that I addressed. I did not address whether the building is structurally sound or not, because I have no way of knowing whether that building is sound or not.
And is it sound for what? I mean,
Is it in imminent danger of falling down?
Right.
That's what you want to know.
exactly.
And I don't know that. I have no way of knowing that. I don't have a right to go into that building. I don't have really a right to go onto the property without a court action.
Mhm.
You can make speculations, but you can't make a sound decision without, like Karen said, going inside and actually inspecting it and doing structural tests.
We could ask him to do that report. In other words, our letter would say something like, we like this. We'd like you to have an engineer tell us if the building is, whatever the right words are, safe.
Well, I'm thinking if our zoning officer is thinking that this building is not safe for the general public, because it's right next to the bank. It's not, I mean, it's right on Main Street.
I'm not thinking that.
Yeah.
I don't have the knowledge to
Right,
think.
but I mean, just from, you're at the road and you're looking at it, it doesn't look like it's tilted sideways, it's gonna fall down on the next car that goes by.
I agree.
I think we're pushing and that's none of our business right now. If he was building senior housing in that house,
Yeah.
that's a different story. We want to make sure that it's going to be safe for that. But this is his building and he's willing to
Dress it up.
dress it up. And that's all we asked him to do is dress it up. And he's doing what we asked.
And he's securing it too on top of that. So he's trying to prohibit anyone from accessing it while it's in a
Let's see.
repaired condition.
I think he's doing, I'm satisfied with what he's,
Consensus?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I agree.
Okay.
So we should respond to him. We got,
thank you for
Yeah.
the list.
Who is going to respond? Do you want our office to respond? It
Shoot.
should come from the board.
yeah, why don't you do a draft and I'll circulate it? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else from? Zoning office?
The only other thing that I have is we still have outstanding. You haven't completely wrapped up 15 Stewart Drive yet. You're waiting for the snow to go, correct?
Yeah.
And 88 Bay Road, you haven't even done anything with, I'm assuming for the same reason. Yeah, so we have those two outstanding things, but it's weather permitting. I haven't
Okay.
seen any movement around 88 Bay Road at all.
We agreed, Karen, to wait for the snow.
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah. Okay, that's basically all I have at this point.
Anything on 24 Woodward?
I'm just going to let Mary talk about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, so you're all set, Karen? and
Yes,
Chuck?
I am. You're all set.
Yes, sir.
Lori?
I have nothing.
What?
Mm.
It feels good to have nothing.
Oh, I know you had a question on the thing you're working on. You worked it out? Okay. Councilman Oven.
No report.
Councilwoman Pettis. Take
Um,
me a year to get used to that.
that's all right. I did run into, Scott, the electrician is going to, Scott Ellis, gonna meet down there at the pavilion when the weather gets better. So get a quote from him on updating the electrical. And I was wondering if we could schedule a workshop for the employee handbook, and I know when Annie and I met with Colleen, she'd like to be in on it also, because she's got quite a few ideas. And I think that should be done sooner than later. We have quite a few issues we need to put in there.
Yeah. I think Councilman Morton is out a couple more weeks.
Oh, he's got his hand up. Okay,
Can you unmute Dane? You should be able to go, Dane.
Yeah, I'll be back for the next meeting.
Okay. Okay, great.
the
And
agenda
then I
meeting,
just had something to add to my report when it's my turn.
Okay.
So
So we want to set up a separate workshop.
yes, that should be a separate workshop, I would, because it should be during the day when Colleen can participate.
Yeah, be handy for her.
Yeah,
So the next meeting would be the 17th, right? Today's the 3rd,
mhm.
and it's St. Patrick's Day. So we- And that'll be 4 o'clock. Wanna maybe do it at like 3 o'clock?
You think an hour is enough?
Not really. Or do you want
Yeah,
like
probably
maybe
not.
just
Do it the next day, or,
a couple of us to,
or do you wanna set it up? On the 17th, we'll figure out what the date will be,
At your next one, you're gonna set a meeting.
yeah. Kind of with the knowledge that we wanna have it as quick after the second.
yeah, that's the thing, we should have it very quickly after that. Cause we
Alright.
really need to get going on it.
Yeah, is that okay?
Yep.
Okay,
When do you want to do it?
well, at the 17th, we'll set the date for the workshop,
Oh, the 17th.
Yeah.
Okay.
so kind of try to keep. Maybe Thursday and Friday that week. Afternoon, 2 o'clock or something open.
Okay.
You all set?
Yep, that's all I have.
Councilwoman McMahon.
Well, everyone's been picking up my spots there,
You
so
want Thunder?
still on my thunder. Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
I got 4 or 5 things to, mostly updates.
You need to be
Mr. Martin.
doing-
Councilman Morton,
Oh,
we should let him go.
yes, thank you, Councilman Martin.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I got an email from Terry from the folk school a couple of days ago. And she is still working with the OSI just to kind of hash out the details, but they're making progress on that. So everything is moving forward.
Great, great. Yeah, we got the signed contract in hand. Several days ago, actually. Anything else,
Yeah,
Dave?
yeah, nope, that was it. They're just waiting for some survey stuff, and the OSI wanted to make sure that the access for the Riverwalk Trail wasn't going to be inhibited or anything like that. So they're just adding some language to the easement agreement there. But that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. You next?
Okay.
Your turn.
If we could, let's go back to the resolution. I just want to confirm, the only relevance of the November 1st, 2025 date is that the people hired prior to that date are getting that extra 99.16. The only relevance to that date
That's when the uniform stopped.
for 2026. Okay,
So
let me-
that's what those people are getting.
25.
let me read it.
Okay.
And make sure that that date is how you mean it when I read this. Okay. So I did resolution to repeal and replace resolution number 40 of 2025. Authorizing highway department employees and buildings and grounds employees hired prior to November 1st, 2025. Are eligible to submit work clothing uniform expense receipts for purchases made in November and December of 2025 and January 1st through December 31st of 2026 in an amount not to exceed $694.16.
She just added it together.
Yes, and that's the significance of that November date, right? That's what you mean? Okay. And then I just kept new employees approved clothing uniform expense receipts will be paid based upon the number of full months left in the year after the employee was hired. The monthly rate of $49.58 multiplied by the months left in the year after hiring determines the new employee's allowance for that year. And then we'll have to do language that work clothing uniform expense receipts for purchases made after December 31st, 2026 can be reimbursed in amount not to exceed $595 per calendar year
So that's keeps going and going and going.
until you
Change it.
repeal and replace this one.
Okay, I purposely didn't put that in there, but I have no problem. That way we don't have to revisit it unless it needs to be revisited.
Correct.
Ron, did you hear all that?
Yes.
And that's what you're on board with?
I can't make that.
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
Oh, sorry.
Who made the motion? I'm sorry.
Andy made the motion.
Okay.
Or just second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none carried. Now you're gonna give me this. Yeah,
Let me type it up and send it to you because I kind of mixed and matched.
so I'm just gonna say Mary.
Okay,
Anything else?
yes. I apologize for not being here at the last meeting.
I have a favor to ask. Can you, if you can't make it, can you offer us a substitute?
Yes, I
Okay.
generally will, but that was just a last minute
Yeah.
thing. But I did just want to confirm, I sent out the snow and ice agreement on the 16th. I just wanted to make sure you all got that.
That's-
Yeah.
We're talking the Warrensburg thing.
It's been
Yes.
signed and sent to Mr. Gary.
Yeah.
Perfect, okay. I called Association of Towns on the trash district questions. So I thought maybe we could talk about that in an attorney-client privilege session,
Tonight,
whenever you want to do it.
okay,
The Woodcock versus Hazlets and Lake Luzerne. The town was dismissed from that lawsuit on the first day of the trial in February. The judge dismissed the entire action altogether at the end of February. So that is no longer being litigated. It's dismissed.
so
Yeah.
we've been out,
We've
a
been up
couple months.
longer.
the whole thing is done.
Yes. I would also like to talk about something related to that in an attorney privilege session as well. And I think that was it for me. Oh, Purcell. Oh, and Williams. Okay. Eileen Purcell, 24 Woodward. I have been working, I would say almost daily with someone who reached out on their behalf, trying to get the property to come into compliance by this meeting so that I could come here and say to you, she is now in compliance. That has not been achieved. I'm pretty sure Tucker has worked with them almost every day as well to try to get them, you know, to comply with this law. They are being responsive. I don't want you to think that they're not, but it just, the requirements aren't fully met yet. And we've been pushing them to do this and told them today was the day we're having a meeting. So their answer isn't due until next week. And I know you told me to continue with the litigation, but I just want to confirm that's still the direction you want to go. Especially since we have been working with them, but they're not complying.
My 2 cents is we should stick with it.
Agreed.
Yes.
Our
Yeah.
short-term law is useless if we don't.
Right. Mhm.
Williams. That case is completely over. They lost their appeal. Which means the ZBA's denial of their height variance stands. So right now they have an active code violation on their property. Karen has sent them notice of such, has given them 30 days to come into compliance or at least tell us how they're going to come into compliance. And after those 30 days, we'll have to decide if we want to pursue a code violation action against them. But the law does give them 30 days to come into compliance.
When will the 30 days?
Let me look at my calendar. I don't have the file with me. I didn't think to bring it in with me. I sent that out. What week were you out, Tucker?
Oh,
Not last week.
I sent that out on Thursday, the 19th. It went in the mail by certified mail and regular mail on the 19th.
Any other questions on that issue?
And I have not heard anything, and I have not received the certified paperback, the hardback either.
You all set?
I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, we got 3 or 4 kind of announcement type things. And if we're in agreement that we're going into executive session, then the music camp discussion, I think would make sense to be part of that. Okay. Water filtration department, our assistant sampler resigned. Wednesday, turned in his keys, picked up his certificate. So right now Clay and Logan are handling sampling, whereas our former assistant was doing Saturdays and Sundays. I have a resume. It's Clay's stepdaughter. She's a student at Albany State Bio major, wants to get trained up. So I'm gonna have her come in so we can meet with her. The assessor sent us a note. And y'all got it, but I'm gonna just hit the highlights. Rightfully so, the assessor reminds us that it's not her job to search for volunteers to be on the committee. It's a review committee, and she cites a good point that frankly I didn't think of, is that could kind of be perceived as a conflict of interest. She represents the town during those hearings, and she shouldn't be picking the jury if she's the judge. We already approved Mike Goodhart, right?
Yeah.
Tonight. I got another email from Nancy Jo Malenga. I don't know her. She is a friend of Elaine Morton, our assistant clerk. So I'm thinking we ought to talk to her. I just got this email at 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. It doesn't tell a lot about her experience, but I'll pass this along to you guys, and maybe we can do a couple of interviews at our next meeting or whatever. One with her, and then the 2 applicants that we have so far for the planning board.
Jim.
Yeah.
Elaine also mentioned that Nancy Jo may know someone else that might be interested in filling the last position.
Okay,
She's gonna talk to a friend of hers.
let's see if
and
she wants
she would
to
be interested in,
throw her name in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then we would be up to the
the
5.
full 5.
Yeah.
What
Does
was
that
that?
include the alternate? No. We have an
No, you
alternate
have to
on there.
have 5. Yeah, Mr. Gillis is the alternate. But you have to have 5 for a full board of assessment.
And a quorum is 3, and
Right.
majority is 3. Now, Pam, that was April 15th, right?
No, it's the end of April.
No, the training.
Class.
Oh, the training is towards
So-
the end of April.
It's
So-
April
Yeah, so we have to do something for the next meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay,
Mhm.
the next thing I have on my list, I'll pull. Ron, Logan, Clay, myself. Met with AJ Brooks. He works for Arcadis. He gave us an update on the lead service entrance pipe replacement project. I was gonna read the email that he sent me. It's kind of summarized what we talked about, but it's a 1.5 pages long, so I'll send it to you. Okay. Please watch for that. The biggest thing is it looks like within the next year or 2, we're gonna have to come up with $120,000. We got a nice,
Water involved or?
yeah, the service lines, Rod, help me out if I'm off base. The service lines coming into the street of the house can't have lead pipe. And
That would-
EPA is coming after every town in the country to make sure you don't have
There's
it.
no lead in.
We've started the inventory process, but the results and the actual known facts are like 1 in 10, or for sure. The other ones we don't know, or they haven't responded. So there's a statistical plan. Yeah, I don't remember the numbers, but there's a statistical plan that if you actually go and dig up and check a certain percentage of them in town and find none, and you conclude that there are none. That's the 120.
Okay. That water grant that we're hoping for, would that classify or would that fit in that?
The cautious answer would be no. But trying to get a copy of that grant application. Tracy submitted that. It's all done online. So she doesn't have a paper PDF copy of that. She's trying to get it. I had this conversation with her just a couple days ago.
Okay.
So, but it didn't say anything about that. I'm sure of that. But one question is, you know, have we got some leeway as to where we spend that money?
Mhm.
Basically, that 1.7 is to do some work on the water tower and to do Church, Hill,
School.
and schools.
I'm sorry, Lawrence,
Yeah,
Lawrence, Hill Street,
yeah,
and Church.
and that's calling from memory for something that we really applied for over 3 or 4 years ago now, so I'm trying to get it.
Right.
So that's a wishy-washy answer to your question, but I know the lead pipe service lines is not part of it. Whether or not we could do that. Don't know the answer.
So like the best case scenario, if we do get that grant and we're working on that area, can we test those?
Oh, yeah,
blood-
Yeah, because we'd
Exposed?
be looking right at them.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
so we could probably kill
Yeah,
two birds with
that-
one stone if that
That
falls into play.
that would knock off, I don't know, probably 20 or 30. I don't know, but yes,
I believe it comes out to 168. Service lines that we need to check. We need to check on the house side and
And-
our side. So that means we gotta dig up. Dig
lot.
down and see what we got on 168. I don't have the time in this.
Yeah.
I don't.
The
That's
problem,
where that money would help, because the company would come in. Do all this.
That's for someone else to do it.
Yes.
yeah, his range is 120 to 175. This can that we've been kicking down the road. Getting heavy.
Mhm.
So please read this. If you'd like to have AJ come back in, I recommend it. So we all know what's going on. He works from home most of the time. And he lives here in town, so it's not a big inconvenience to get him to come in and talk to us.
okay,
Okay?
may I add something to this?
Sure, sure.
The other thing about this not getting done is this fall, because a lot of wasn't done, we had to send out another 800 letters
All the surveys.
because the identification part of it is not complete.
Protocol, right, Laura?
Yeah.
So.
And so if they don't get more identification, we're gonna have to do that all again. And if we have to do that all again, I'm going to ask for help from a couple of Ron's guys. Because that is partly their deal, water
Yeah.
superintendent. The clerk's office just got stuck with doing all the letters for the second round. That I don't think was supposed to be part of our deal. I don't mind helping with it. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if we have to do another 800 letters, I'm gonna ask for help. Because that's very, very time consuming.
It seems to me that
We had to.
budget wise, that's where it should come out of.
I'm sorry.
Seems to me that budget wise, that's where the labor should come out of. I know it's not expertise of Brown's guys to lick stamps or whatever.
No, all they have to do is
Lick stamps all day long.
I mean.
John licked the stamps from-
stuff on envelopes, Put
Yeah.
stamps on them.
Like the envelopes, not the stamp.
I mean, yeah, I have to print them either way, because they'll send the letters to me to print like they did the last time, but it's very time consuming,
Keep me posted.
only because we can't get far enough
Yeah.
into it to get rid of that part of it.
We got a nice, and excuse me for the copy, a nice compliment about the senior center. Barb gave this to me. It's short. I'd like to read it to you. We realize we don't need to tell you what the senior center meant to our parents. And mom especially, after losing dad. We can never properly express our gratitude for your extraordinary above and beyond care you extend. to our mama, Angela. She regularly raved about Steve's cooking. You can't rate it, onion, chicken, meatloaf, dot, dot, dot. She really loved the entertainment specials, so we would be grateful if you would accept donation, which was $4,000. To the senior center and perhaps apply it towards putting on some new shows. Mama would love that, or whatever you feel would be best to use the money for. Thank you again, Diana, Cliff, and Lori Galusha, I think, / Fraser.
Galish. I think it's.
Yeah, it's Galen.
Galish,
Angela Galish, yeah,
okay,
Galish.
so you know who it is,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's nice.
Very nice.
Street lighting, Annie and I already talked about it. Certificates of deposits have been made. We sent this to you guys. The one piece of info that wasn't there is a 3.25%. All of them. Just for your information. Master plan. I was going to talk about that, but I will instead email you this. And I got to give you a little background. Probably a month ago or so, Howard Schaefer made a presentation to Dane and me about doing like a newsletter downtown, build up, do some PR stuff, so on and so forth. So I went back yesterday and took a look at the comprehensive plan, specifically chapter 4, which is priority goals and actions. And we're on track here. We're on track because we got lucky with the playground, and we were already doing a couple of these things already. Like the comprehensive plan was the #1 priority when I finished that last year or year and a half ago. The number 2 was the playground, which that's 99.9% done, and so on. So the reason I'm bringing it up is for my colleagues here on the board to take a look at the other priorities that were laid out. And see how you think about the concept of doing a newsletter. I have an opinion. I've expressed it with one of you. But I'd like the rest of you to generate an unbiased opinion. So I'll email this to you. And it's on the town website. But all I'm going to send you is the 6 or 8 pages, which is the new stuff.
Okay.
That's it. I'm done. Everybody on this table all set? The floor is open to the public. If anybody has anything they want to say, first, I'd like to see if Dane wants to say any more. Goldbergs, do you want to say anything, Patricia, or your better half, Stanley? And gentleman in the back, do you have anything to say?
He's not the better half. I'm the better half.
Good for you, Patricia.
I said that because that's politically correct to say.
Do I need a resolution for my hire?
Yes. Yeah, all hiring and firing is done by the board. Right.
Do we need
No,
to do
to
that right
advertise.
No, he's just
Okay,
gonna post,
advertise?
he's just gonna post it.
You're talking to advertise or to do the actual hiring?
To post.
now? Well, when I find someone to hire,
Yeah.
we
Yes.
want to do that resolution now and be done with it, or
Okay,
What's his name?
I don't have anybody yet. I'm sure.
No, we don't want to do it.
When you find somebody,
You
we
could
do.
post for it.
Yeah.
Post for it.
Okay. what
You
if I
can
find
post for
someone
it.
Like a week before, hey,
Well, they
can't,
can call a special meeting,
special meeting, okay.
just like you did before,
Okay.
when you
Okay.
hired a couple people.
All right.
Advertise. Post for it.
You got it, thank you,
Have.
thank you.
Any more public comment?
Well, I know I was here last month and turned in my application. I emailed it to you
For the planning board?
for the planning board.
Yep,
But
I
I
have it.
see I wasn't on the minutes or the schedule agenda this time, someone else was. So I'm just wondering if I'm being considered just out of luck.
Yeah, that's why we tabled it.
Okay, all right, that's all I had.
Thank you. Anything else?
Executive session.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, Patricia.
Nothing special, just want to say the zoning committee is having its meeting on Tuesday, the 24th at 7
Oh,
o'clock.
yes, thank you. If that's the zoning update committee,
Yeah.
with the contractor,
Yeah.
What do you got?
Shoot.
Okay.
You did.
anybody else? Okay, we're going to go into executive session for several items, all of which are,
I would say they're all attorney-client privilege.
Right,
actually.
I was-
So, attorney-client privilege.
that's what I was just gonna say, thank you. And
Don't need to.
we will not be making any decisions. So immediately after that, we'll be adjourning.
Okay.
I'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
All
All
in
in
favor?
favor?
Aye.
Aye.